Oh, is there a treasure right over there in this backyard? Oh, I think I see a ship. Oh, I don't. It's just the backyard of our cottage of Florida. So yeah. Oh, should I review the Goonies? Oh, I can actually. So yeah. So today, guys, I am gonna be doing my movie review on the Goonies. So yeah. So before I go, right over there, I'm gonna say this. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow, I actually leave Florida actually. So yeah, which is actually tomorrow night actually. So yeah, cue the intro. Okay, guys, this is it. A movie that I always wanted to review for a while, actually, and I am finally going to review it. So, yeah. So, without further ado, I'm going to be reviewing this movie right now, today. So, yeah. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, yeah. Hey guys, this is Evan's Disney's Film Corner 2023 here, and today, guess what, guys? And today I am going to be reviewing The Goonies. Came in the year of 1985. So yeah, so I'm going to read this plot on the internet. So yeah, so basically what the plot's about, old-fashioned yarn about a band of adventurous kids who take on the might of the popularity developing company, which plans to destroy their home to build a country club. When the children discover an old pirate map, pirate map in the ark. They follow it underground, curving in search of the lost treasure, but they come up against plenty of dangerous obstacles along the way. So yeah, so that's basically what the plot's about this movie. So yeah, so I did remember that this movie actually came out on June 7th of 1985, and this movie is actually an hour and this movie is actually an hour and just give me a sec, guys. Just give me a sec. Okay. This movie is actually an hour and this movie is actually an hour and 54 minutes. So yeah. Which yeah. And yeah, and I did remember that this movie also has a $19 million budget and has since became a cult film, actually. In 2017, it was elected in the preservation in the United States International Film Registry in the Library of Congress as being the critically and historically and a very I meant to say initially significant. So yeah, so I mispronounced the name, but that's okay. So yeah, guys. So what do I think of this movie? I have to say, this is definitely a classic. Like, this is definitely a fantastic comedy adventure film. Like, honestly, yeah, this is definitely a fantastic comedy movie, and this is also really funny as well. And also this movie is actually directed by the one and only Richard Donner. So Richard Donner, yeah, rest in peace to that director. He was definitely a great director as well. Which he did direct the Fifth Woman and the Man of Encore, which yeah. And he also directed the same director who directed the 1978 Superman. So yeah, who also directed this movie as well, which is also really exciting. So yeah, and also and also physical photography actually began on the Goonies in October 22nd of 1984, and it lasted 5 months actually, which in an additional 6 weeks of audio dubbing and recordings were used, and the shooting script was lengthy at more than 120 pages, which I know that and also in the making of the Goonies, and Richard Garner noted that the difficulties and measurements of working with so many child actors. He praised their energy and excitement, and even let's talk about the cast of this movie, which and also Sheen there as Michael was also really amazing in this movie. And also the one and only Josh Brolin, who played Brandon in this movie. Before he was Thanos in the MCU, before he was Thanos in both Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, he was actually, and also Josh Brolin before that was also in the Goonies, which he was Brandon in this movie, which honestly and also Jeff, and also the other actors like Jeff Conan, Jolie Fernan, Key Nicole, which sorry I mispronounced their name. That was that person's name, but that's okay. Kiki Green, Martha Turvin, Anne Ramsey, and also the rest of the actors of this movie were definitely fantastic in this movie. So and now let's talk about the music and the score of this movie, which is actually composed by David Gerson, which honestly, I thought his score of this movie still holds up to this day. 30 years later, it still is fantastic. It still is absolutely phenomenal to this day. It fits that adventure theme in his music so well in this movie. And it's definitely still holds up to this day. And it honestly still holds up. And honestly, it is still fantastic. And I know this. And also, I forgot to mention that this screenplay is actually done by Chris Columbus, who also you remember that he also directed the two Home Alone movies, the first two Home Alone movies, Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 Lost New York, which definitely, my favorite Chris Columbus movie is definitely Home Alone 2 Lost New York. That's definitely my favorite Chris Columbus movie. And also, and also this movie's story is actually done by Steven Spielberg, which you all remember Steven Spielberg for making classic movies like Jaws, E.T., Close Encounters, and even the West Side Story remake actually, or if you can count that as a remake. So or even the 2021 West Side Story movies. So which honestly I think Steven Spielberg did fantastic doing the story of this movie as well. So and also Steven Spielberg is definitely a very talented filmmaker, and he did direct last year with he also made another fantastic movie that he made last year with The Fabelmans, which I already reviewed last month on June 20th of 2023. So you can check that out on my channel. So and now let's talk about the production design of this movie, which honestly still looks fantastic to this day. 38 years later, it still looks absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, and also even the sets of this movie and even the location. This movie is also shot in location as well, which also looks fantastic as well. And also it definitely does look fantastic. I mean, the production design of this movie still holds up to this day. So yeah. So overall, guys, I have nothing else to say about this movie. So yeah, so overall, guys, The Goonies is definitely a fantastic comedy adventure movie, and also this is definitely a fantastic movie from Richard. This is also a fantastic movie from Richard Donner as well, and also guys. So if you haven't seen The Goonies, where have you been at? I recommend it. So yeah, and also I have nothing else to say. So yeah, so I'm gonna give The Goonies a 9 out of 10. Great movie. So yeah, guys, what do you think of my movie review on The Goonies? So yeah, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe my channel, and make sure to like this video. So yeah, so stay tuned for my re-review on Mrs. Doubtfire, which will be coming out on Tuesday, July 17th of this year. So stay tuned for that. And my movie review on Moonquick, which I am going to be reviewing on July 21st of this year. So stay tuned for that. So yeah. So I make this wish. Who's your favorite fearless hero? We don't talk about Bruno. How far I'll go. Oh, remember me, though I have to travel far. And bye.